Way windy out here today. Most of my putters, not sure if they even came out, but working on my mid-ranges. Atlas. Probably about 300, 330. Wind's picking up. Zero line mace, hard as a rock. Getting a little bit more stable now in the mid ranges. Wasp. Suspect beat in using my upshot disc and windy putter. Love it. I got a Hornet. Switch it to the power grip. Really like getting on this disc. Nice and straight for a long time. Do have an odd grip, 2 fingers. All the way down there, on the wood. Becoming a new favorite in the stable world. Tried it, even though this is still pointing where I want, sure isn't. This wind keeps knocking it over. Go ahead and aim pretty good to the left, knowing what this is going to do. Close to the white line. Flex drone, same thing. Aim for that tree on the left. A little bit of hyzer on it. Let the disc work. Moving to my fairway drivers. Escape is as understable as I go. It's Moonshine 174.3. And this thing is just flippy, but with some tailwind, this is a great disc. That's way past the back of the end zone. So counting the goal, the end zones, 120 yards. My next two are my zombies, not as far, but land real soft, real steady disc for me. A lot of glide. That was a light one, 167 I think. Here's my 181. Glide for days. Doesn't go as far as that Escape, but it's got lots of glide. 173 Star FL. A little bit more stable, a little bit faster. Next I've got my St. Pro. It says 176, pretty new. Didn't like the Saint. This day I'm growing to like. Let it go a little soon. Sits up real nice for you though. Alright, next up is a PD. Avery Jenkins PD. This thing is real stable. Has a ton of glide. I think it's actually a driver, not a fairway driver, but it goes. It's way past the end zone. And my lefty meat hook, trusty Predator, 174. Got 3 or 4 of these, just need one though, in the bag. I like the drone, aim to the tree. Just let it skip and hook. Roll near the line. Alright, my drivers. Got an old Champ Archon. It's my turn disc, about 330, 350. Pretty consistent turnover that flattens out. More of a roller disc for me, but the Havoc. Also some tight wooded shots. Slow it down a little bit, sculpt some shots. Usually I run into that one. New to the bag is a Sorcerer. Ton of glide on this disc. Turns over with the X step. So I'm just practicing pulling through on my standstills. Almost down to the fence. Okay, and the last ones are my main drivers. Star Destroyer 173. It's my flippier one. It's what I would use in this tailwind. I am going to do an X step just to try to get it on film. It would have come back in, but I hit the backstop on the outside of it. Pop Top Destroyer 172. It's my go-to. Just jump the fence on the other side of the end zone. I doubt it's the same distance because behind this is about 30 more yards before the fence. Kind of new, not in the bag, but D1. The pink one's not as stable as the blue one that I've tried. But still stable. Didn't get it very far at all. This tailwind. New to the bag. It's a World. Great glide into the wind disc. my force. Go to into the wind, super stable. Whatever will even throw it into this wind, the tailwind. Super skid. And made it to the fence. And the black sheep of my bag is groove. This thing is more stable than my force and world. I've been using it as my overhand for tomahawks. It's getting beat in, but it's ridiculous. It says -2.2. Thought it would complement my Archon, just be a little bit farther. Complete meat hook, weirdest thing. It's getting beat in, but it still hooks way too hard. Got a fence there, probably about 50, maybe even 70 feet apart. I take a walk, see what went where. You see the flags over there moving to the left fairly well. Now you know where I'm at. So this should be the 50-yard line. Yep. Should be the 20. Starting to see some discs. The mako. Like I said, these judges, it's crazy how far they glide. That's a smaller one, or the shorter one. More putters, and then here we're looking at the end zone line. The first one, got another mako. There's my other judge. Again, these putters have a lot of glide. Another putter, suspect and drone. Then in the end zone is the Pain, other mako, Atlas, Wasp, Hornet, Predator, and Trident right next to each other. Atlas a little bit out wide. And there's the back of the end zone. So that should be 360 feet. Same pro. And so over here, we've got the Zombie, the PD, the Escape. I think it's got so much glide on it. And then over here, that should be the FL. And the Archon and my other Zombie. That lighter one, I turned it over. And then my Avery Jenkins Star Destroyer out there. It hit on the inside, or the outside part of the backstop. And then over here, to be expected, my meat hooks have come right back over here to the fence, and it's about the same. I can walk it off. 1, 2, 3, 10. It's about 65 feet to the end of the football field. So a little over 400. Havoc, all my understable stuff over here, kind of weird. World, and then the Pro, what is that? The D1. Alright, stopping the video. And that is into the wind though, with the wind behind me though. It's definitely with the wind behind me. Just trying to get solid pulls, more accuracy and consistency.